All right, scientists, now it's time to add some color to our observation of our photograph. So you might already have your drawing now, and now we're going to add the color. So here are some of the colors that I have ready to use. So you can always press pause, get your crayons, and maybe you might want to do this later and try it with some watercolors as well. So I've just got a couple of different types of pinks, some lighter and dark pinks. An orange, you might use a couple of different kinds of oranges, some lighter oranges because in the picture it's more light colored oranges. I might add this color pink as well. And then some greens for the grass and for the trees that stay green all year. And then some browns for the branches of the tree. So those are some of the colors you might need. You can press pause to kind of keep an eye and check and compare your crayons to the crayons that I'm using. All right, so with that being said, this is when our picture or illustration comes to life. What we're going to do first is I'm going to start coloring the branches of the cherry blossom trees. So I'm just going to color those, and then you can kind of trace over with your darker brown, because it was a darker brown in the picture, and just continue like tracing over your branches and the skinnier branches, the longer branches. You might even find that you might want to add some more to make your picture look nice and full. And again, as you notice, I might not be doing as good of a job, but I know you're going to do an awesome job, and your teachers are going to love the pictures that you might send to them on Dojo, or you can even probably post them in the comments below what your pictures look like. So I'm just kind of tracing, and I always, like I say, I draw in pencil first so that I can go ahead and erase as needed. So I've got my brown branches, as you can see from the illustration or from the photograph, and then I'm going to go ahead, and now comes the fun part of adding all the fun poofy pinks. And this could take a long time, because if you look at the illustration, they're really poofy, aren't they? We want this to look like it's really poofy, and so the way you're going to do that is by using a variety of pinks, okay? So you can use all different shades of pinks to make the pink poofs of the cherry blossom flowers. And all I do is I just kind of go in little circles like this to kind of give them little poofs at the ends of the branches. Have you ever been to the Cherry Blossom Festival before? I have been one time, and I was just amazed at, one, how many people were there, and two, how beautiful and how many cherry blossoms there were in one section. It was really neat to see. So if you don't get a chance to go this year, obviously not this year probably, but next spring hopefully things will be better and we'll be able to go and check out those cherry blossom trees once again sometime. And so again, I just kind of do like these little swirlies. Let me see if I can click on this to kind of, there you go, that way you can see it a little bit bigger. And I just kind of do some swirlies here and swirlies there. I might do some darker kind of give it some more dynamic. And you can add more, a lot more, because you can tell in the photograph there are a lot, right? So you can take your time and add a lot more to make it look really poofy. All right. For the sake of saving time, I want to go ahead and I'm going to now add the elements of our sunset. So if we look at our sunset, it looks like it's mostly pinks, right? So we got to make sure that these pinks look a little bit different than this pink, because otherwise it's going to all just kind of blend in together. So you can even put some of those pinks down in here as well, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and start with my darker pink first, and just kind of, but I'm not going to press hard, I'm just going to press really lightly. And you can even lightly color over your cherry blossoms if you're, just don't press hard, because if you press hard it might mess up your picture, the way it might not give you the effect that you want it to have. So I'm just going to lightly color over. It might not show up as well, but you'll see it on yours. It'll turn out really pretty. And then maybe and when I look at the photograph, I see that there's a little bit of orange here, isn't there? Right? This that just kind of peeks right through. So I'm going to take some of my my lighter orange and just kind of blend in. You can color over a little bit of the pink that you've already colored, so it kind of matches it and blends in. And you just kind of, you can color all the way across a layer of orange. It's just fun to, during some of this stressful time, it's nice to take this time to just really think about, some things we would like to do once we're able to get out. And drawing sometimes is a way to kind of de-stress and not be so stressed. So this is a nice way to kind of feel a little bit better if you're feeling anxious or nervous. It's just, I found that drawing seems to help me, and maybe it will help you as well. And then you can, if you want, it's kind of fun, you can intertwine those oranges and pinks. So I might do another layer of orange, just kind of blend it in with it. And you can be creative. It doesn't have to look exactly like the photograph. The photograph is there just to merely inspire you. See? So now you can see how that kind of looks similar to our drawing. All right, now comes the fun part of the water. So down here, I'm going to do the same thing for the sunset, but just if you want, you could even turn it upside down. I'm going to keep mine this way, but if it was easier for you, you can flip your drawing upside down. So I'm going to draw the pink on the top because the pink is on the top of this drawing first. So I'm going to draw the pink across, and I'm just going to color right over my drawing. And you can take your pencil and go over it darker if you'd like, once you've colored over it. And then I'm going to do a layer of orange. And I'm just going to color right over it because the sunset, the water just kind of blends right in with it. All right. And then I'll add my last layer of pink. And just color right over that. It's okay. Great. And while I have my pink in my hand, I'm going to kind of just make some swirlies for those pink bushes that we saw in front of it. Ooh, crayon's falling apart. And then you can even, if you want, make some of those pink swirlies down below in the reflection as well. I'm going to use some green for my evergreen tree here. And remember, there was some green grass, so that kind of separates the water as well. And then if you really want to make this pop, you can trace over these lines with a black crayon. But there we have our cherry blossom tree with the Jefferson Memorial in the background. I hope you guys enjoyed our time drawing today. I know I did. And don't forget your parts of the plant. And always be a scientist and observe with your eyes. This is one way to record what you observe is by drawing it. I hope you had fun today. I know I did.